Okay, so we're going to look at the individual endocrine parts. So in the head, you've got the pituitary gland in the head. It's at the base of the brain, and we said that produces a few things. So the first one is the follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle, double L, stimulating hormone. That has a few. It stimulates egg development, and it stimulates estrogen secretion in females, and sperm production in males. Right, what's the other thing? Luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone. And what does that do? It stimulates the release of the egg that's called ovulation. So when an egg is released, it's called ovulation in women, and in men it produces so it stimulates the production of testosterone production. Right, so that's follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and finally anti-diuretic hormone. Anti-diuretic hormone. So uresis is urine, so it stops urine being produced. So when you're thirsty, you have a lot of that in your blood. So what does this do? It controls the water content by getting you to produce less urine. So there's less water that flows out of the blood. So it controls the water content in the blood. So it does three things. Right, okay, the next one was the thyroid. That is the thyroid. It's responsible for producing a hormone called thyroxine. And what does that do? It controls the body's metabolic rate, so how quick the reactions are going on in your body. So it controls the metabolism, or let's try that again. controls the metabolic rate in the body. So basically the reactions that are taking place in the body. Right, the next one is we're going to look at, so let's draw the kidneys. About there's the kidneys, and there's your adrenal glands next to the kidneys. So let's draw something here. That's the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland. Okay, what's that responsible for? For producing adrenaline. And that's used for when you're getting ready for any physical activity, whether you're frightened or excited or getting ready for exercise. So it helps your body prepare, and we'll discuss that later on. Right, the next one is our pancreas. So there's the pancreas. Right, what does that do? That produces a few things, but what we're interested in here is it produces insulin. Again, we'll discuss that later. Insulin, when you've eaten, you've got loads of glucose in your body, and it ties all that up and stores it as glycogen. And then when you're a bit short of energy, it produces glucagon. So that takes the glycogen and breaks it up into glucose so your body can use it for respiration. So we could say it lowers blood glucose, and we can say that this glucagon raises or increases blood glucose levels. Right, so now we're looking at the ovaries. We're looking at ovaries here. If I can these are in females. Ovaries, they produce estrogen and progesterone. What does that do? That controls the secondary sexual characteristics in females. So these are for women. So for example, growth of widening of the hips, growth of the breasts, body hair, and it also produces, so that's estrogen and progesterone. Progesterone. And this controls or regulates the menstrual cycle. Right, okay. Now the final one that we're interested in is this one for the males. Let's do it down here. It's the testes, and that produces a hormone called testosterone, and that again controls the secondary sexual characteristics of males, of men. So you'll end up with a deeper voice, more body hair, just generally production of sperm. Right, let's quickly go over that. Let's get a green. Right, so you've got the thyroid, produces thyroxine, which controls the metabolic rate, metabolism. You've got the adrenal glands next to the kidneys, just above them. It produces adrenaline, and that gets you ready for physical exercise. You've got the pancreas. Amongst other things, it produces insulin, which lowers the blood glucose level when you've eaten, and glucagon, which raises the blood glucose levels when you're a bit hungry. So it's like a store of energy. You have then the ovaries in females. They produce estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen controls the secondary sexual characteristics in females, and what that means is widen of the hips, production of hair, and development of the breasts. Then you've got progesterone, which regulates the menstrual cycle. Regulates. There's an E there. Okay, let's continue on. And then for the males, you have the testes. They're responsible for producing testosterone, which again are responsible for the secondary sexual characteristics. So that's production of sperm. You've got development of hair, and you've got deepening of the voice and things like that. Okay, so that's all the hormones done.